Many, even in the corporate world, who have spent reasonably good amount of time, uh, are not so much aware or do not understand the importance of mentor. But you kind of figured out having a mentor early in your during your college itself, right? So, how has that shaped your life? And if you can throw some light in terms of the importance of having a mentor and how that has shaped your life in terms of be it entrepreneurship or your career itself, right?
The simplest thing I would say is if there was a single important or a critical thing a person should have is a really good mentor. The rest you can pick up. But if you have a good mentor, he or she can guide you into places that you normally would not have extended yourself. The analogy I like to use is like you're in a dark room. A mentor is somebody who can bring light into that room. The mentor is not necessarily going to take you and push you to that corner or take you to that place or this place. Not going to happen that way, right? But the mentor is going to shine the light. And it could be a candle light. It's good enough. We're in a totally dark room. A candlelight is quite bright, right? So at least a mentor would guide you and show the light of the opportunities that you may not have either otherwise experienced. And like I said, in the same example I was talking about earlier, I don't know if I would have made the transition from the entrepreneur to, I was having a good life, right? And then going to as an engineer, reporting to someone else. It was a big thing, and I'm not going to say it was easy. Yeah. It was tough. There were times I was ready to throw in the towel and said, "Let me go back to where I was."
So that's an interesting analogy in terms of the darkness to light, right? Having said that, how could one identify a mentor, right? How do I know who should be my mentor? How do I pick a mentor? How do I go about it?
Trust. Somebody that you can implicitly trust. A mentor is not necessarily somebody who's going to be really, it's not somebody that you necessarily want to emulate and become like, right? You want to be able to trust them enough to know that, hey, I can share everything without prejudice or being judged. That's a really good mentor to have, right? And when you have a mentor, hold on, grab on. That ride is going to last you for a long, long time. And just have that good mentor relationship. It makes a huge difference. It's an incredible difference. So trust, implicit trust, number one. Number two that I would look at is somebody who can be dispassionate, who has no ulterior motive, right? And one of the rules that I still follow today, even today, is right now I don't mentor people who are part of my food chain, if you will. How much ever I try to be unbiased, it's impossible to do.
Yeah.
Right. I will always have something which is, some hidden thing over there, right? Agenda, if you will. No, you need to have somebody who
there
is
is some kind of a subconscious bias.
Absolutely, right. I would actually call it an unconscious bias, but nevertheless, it's a good point that you talk about because that's an undercurrent, right? And that undercurrent can be really harmful, right? So you need to get somebody who is, meets the criteria, trust, and has absolutely no bias, right? The fact that they may not be in the same domain as you are in makes no sense, makes no difference. Because their job is really to help you see the light, right? In the room, the dark room, right? We talked about the candle.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that the candle and say, go there. No, then that's like a coach.
Yeah.
This is more like, hey, here's all the opportunities, right? And, and what I found about my mentor was like, my mentor kept pushing me and asking me like, no, why do you want to do that? Right? It was more internally, learning internally. Right? I learned more about myself through my mentor than I would have otherwise.
So would it be right in saying your emotional quotient kind of increases as part of this because you are reflecting a lot more inward and looking at, I think it increases the awareness of self-awareness itself, right? Would it be something of those lines?
I think so. I haven't really thought about it that way, but you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's also about how well you know yourself, right? How confident are you about the things, especially the areas that you're not aware of, right? I mean, somebody shines a light, it's an uncomfortable feeling in that point.
Yeah.
But recognizing that, hey, that's an area that I think I need to go investigate, explore, maybe there is something in that.